Hello there. I know it's been a long time and I lost track. I was just lost with a lot of things, doing a lot of things, and happens in human life, right? We always get lost when we want to actually do something. So here we are with chapter 13. Here I am. So, Abraham and Lot separate. So, Abraham went up from Egypt to the Negev with his wife and everything he had, and Lot went with him. Abraham had become very wealthy in livestock and in silver and gold. From the Negev, he went from place to place until he came to Bethel, to the place between Bethel and Ai, where his tent had been earlier and where he had first built an altar. There Abraham called on the name of the Lord. Now Lot, who was moving about with Abraham, also had flocks and herds and tents. But the land could not support them while they stayed together, for their possessions were so great that they were not able to stay together. And quarreling arose between Abraham's herdsmen and the herdsmen of Lot. The Canaanites and Perizzites were also living in the land at that time. So Abraham said to Lot, "Let's not have any quarreling between you and me, or between your herdsmen and mine, for we are brothers. Is not the whole land before you? Let's part company. If you go to the left, I'll go to the right. If you go to the right, I'll go to the left." Lot looked up and saw that the whole plain of the Jordan was well watered, like the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt toward Zoar. This was before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. So Lot chose for himself the whole plain of the Jordan and set out toward the east. The two men parted company. Abram lived in the land of Canaan, while Lot lived among the cities of the plain and pitched his tents near Sodom. Now the men of Sodom were wicked and sinning greatly against the Lord. The Lord said to Abraham after Lot had parted from him, "Lift up your eyes from where you are and look north and south, east and west. All the land that you see, I will give to you and your offspring forever. I will make your offspring like the dust of the earth, so that if anyone could count the dust, then your offspring could be counted. Go, walk through the length and breadth of the land, for I am giving it to you." So Abram moved his tents and went to live near the great tree of Mamre at Hebron, where he built an altar to the Lord. From this passage, we see that Abraham and his, I guess it's his nephew Lot, right? So they have been actually traveling together for some time, but after a point in time, they are not able to be together because their family and their servants have grown to the extent that there's friction between them. Basically, it happens all the time, even in our families, right? After the initial stages of good times between our guests or people we are staying with, say in the case of students in an accommodation or even in a family, I think with anyone, after some time, after the fascination fades, there comes the times of friction. It happens in every kind of relationship, be it a friendship, be it a husband and wife, be it a family, or anybody staying together. Frictions do come in, and the way we handle that is what differentiates us from most people. So here biblically, we also see that there is a solution given here in this passage wherein they peacefully separate ways. So when there is a friction amongst the servants of Abraham and the servants of Lot, they don't just get angry with each other, rather they talk to each other and they decide that let's part ways, that is the best thing to do, and let's go and pitch our tents in the best place, and there is a deal uh, held between them where Abraham lets Lot choose the land he wants to choose, and then the remaining maybe Abraham would walk through those lands or take possession of those lands. Here we see that amongst the two, once again, Abraham's character stands out a lot, wherein he allows his nephew to choose what he wants, and his nephew Lot, in turn, chooses the Jordan Valley, where it is, it's flourishing and it's well nourished. To his eyes, it is, and Abraham happily allows him to choose that portion of the land, and he takes the remaining. And towards the end of this chapter, we see that God, in fact, rewards that heart, where he tells Abraham to look up, walk to the north, south, east, and west. And as far as he, could walk or could see, all those lands would be possessed by him. And he also blesses him with um, numerous descendants, a long lineage for Abraham. So that is what we can learn today, where when a friction arises, the way we handle it and also the graciousness we show towards each other, basically, once again, the intention of the heart is what matters to God. So when your intentions are pure and something which is aimed towards being in peaceful relationship or in harmony with one another, that actually pleases God so much that he blesses you abundantly, be it possessions or be it your family life or your personal life. So in this chapter we see that towards the end, although a lot seems to take the best portion of the land, God multiplies Abraham's blessings by giving him um, a bigger land, basically a larger portion of land, as well as descendants described here as numerous as the sand crystals of the seas. It's definitely not possible to count um, the sand, right? So that is the number of descendants Abraham is blessed with. And please don't mind me calling him Abraham, because anyway, through the chapters as we read, he will be renamed. Okay, so um, having already read a bit of the Bible, I always like get I mean, I mix up the name a little bit with Abraham and Abraham. So yeah, so the takeaway is this: the intention of the heart. Throughout the Bible, as we go through reading every single chapter, every single story, it would always be the intention of the heart rather than the actual act we do. Which is why from Genesis till now, till this particular chapter, God always rewards a gracious heart, a heart which is putting others before itself. We see Abraham always being obedient to God. He is trying to be peaceful with his neighbors, with his family and friends. He's always trying to give them the best, and he doesn't place his needs before theirs. And that is what is constantly being rewarded by God, not just to Abraham, but everybody else we would be reading in the Bible. So I think we should be also trying that, the alignment. What are the thoughts? Just pay attention to your thoughts when you do something. When you are about to take action in your life, or when you are trying to decide on something, pay attention of what is the motivation, or what is the true cause behind your actions. Why are you doing something? What is driving you to do something? So when you pay attention to your intentions very carefully, and when you do it consciously, that helps you a lot um, in your life overall. It helps you a lot, and your life itself is becomes something harmonious and something peaceful, just like Abraham's life. This is one person who's called as the friend of God, similar to Noah and David and of course Adam. So these men, they were not great in anything they did. They didn't, like Samson or the great heroes, they didn't do something really. They didn't achieve great feats, but it's just simple alignment of their heart, of their intentions with that of God. If God does something, what would he do? What would his intentions be? Those were the kinds of intentions, or the heart level thought process that went through in the hearts and minds of these men as well. So Abraham, David, Noah, Moses, and Adam, and many more people. Their hearts were always aligned. They always they sought after peace and harmony. So pay attention to your heart carefully, and why you do what you do. So always keep asking the why whenever you are about to do something in your life. So I think I will leave you with that as your food for thought today, and as also for me from this passage. And yeah, next time we'll read the other chapters and see what they are about to do.